Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about the Ciate Mani marker, which is nail varnish in a marker pen. I believe there was 5 colours of this. I've got Vintage Vamp, which is like a dark plummy purple. There was a red, a dark blue, a turquoise, and I think more of just a dark red, less on the purple side. So these retail for $9.99. And they say that they will do up to 25 manicures. It kind of depends how long your nails are, how thick a coat you put on. So what they say about it on the back is never be caught without perfectly polished nails again with Ciate London's Mani marker, featuring an easy to use precision tip. This nail polish pen is your ultimate on the go quick fix saviour. High coverage colour with one stroke application makes this your Mani's best friend. Now, what I have realised is that you should always read the back of products. It actually says that you have to apply this onto bare nails, so not onto a base coat, which is the problem I made. So I am going to insert just now a clip of what happens if you try and insert this with a base coat, and then we're going to take this off and try on bare nails and hopefully have much more success. Okay, so first thing it says is shake well before use, so let's get that going. What I will say is this cap's starting to come off, so that's instant marks lost for the on-the-go side of things. Now I believe you kind of push this down to get it going. I know I had a nail art pen from Barry M that was like that, so hopefully this will start to come through soon. I'm getting little white fibres on my nails sticking to my base coat now, so let's use the lid. No. See, if I've got a duff one, this is going to be like really frustrating, because so far I do kind of feel like I'm also messing up the tip now. Oh, I can see colour starting to come through though, so hopefully this will be nearly done and we can get this show on the road. Right. So it does seem to take quite a while to get down through the nib, but that should be like a first time use only type thing. And yeah, I can see colour starting to transfer onto the lid now, so this should now be usable. I do feel like when I'm stamping this down that it's kind of freeing slightly, and this is not a good look. Let's see if there's just more product. Whoa, okay, oops. See, now I've just dunked out so much product, it's almost more like a traditional nail varnish, but I'm spreading it with a nib instead of a brush. And I have to say the nib seems too hard for what it's doing. And it's definitely just leaving some lines in there. I don't know whether if I leave that it'll start to like kind of self-level or anything like that, but we will see. So far I have to say I am very unimpressed. It's a pretty colour, And if they have this in their normal range, you know, maybe I would go for it. But this as an application method, I think is really, really, really bad. I mean, my thumb's leveled out, but it's still streaky as anything. And this is advertised as being one coat. I don't even know that a second coat would save these. I've now got all this excess product on top of the lid as well, which I'm now dunking it into almost like a normal nail varnish, which is then just defeating the point entirely. Because I find this quite uncomfortable to push down on my nails like that. Like, it takes quite a bit of force to push it down, and I genuinely don't find that comfortable. Now, that nail I have literally just completely flooded, and removing excess product is not that easy. In fact, in trying, I'm just wiping whole sections clear. So let's just keep dabbing this on. So flooding it and then dabbing seems to get a nice smooth effect, but that's really not what this product is kind of sold and marketed as, because dabbing like this to paint your entire 10 fingernails is going to take a while, and that's me just completely flooded the side of my nail. And I've got quite small fingers, I'm finding it quite hard to get down the edge of my nail without just painting my finger instead. Okay, so I have now got polish on all 10 nails. I'm not really happy with the appearance of any of them. I'm going I can't even finish this up without messing up even more. Okay, that's not completely flat on the end, so don't try and balance it. So, thumbnails, we're very not smooth, and in fact there's gaps on the end of my right one. See if I can dab these away, but I doubt it. Oh, the texture on this just looks horrible. Okay, so pointer fingers, they're okay. I've got a mess trying to go all the way down the side of the nail bed. Middle fingers, completely flooded one, other one's all textured and bumpy. Ring fingers, again, lots of texture, couldn't get down the edge of it, completely getting the side of my nail. Pinky, oh god, I've actually just touched that against my ring finger. That's about as fixed as that's going to get. So, I don't know if you can see this applicator and how kind of smooshed up and messed up it is from one application. I have no idea how this is going to work. Oh, I forgot I had nail polish on the top of that. I have no idea how this will work out long term. I'm going to put a top coat on it and see if we can rescue this, and I will be back once my top coat's on. Right, so top coat, I've put on a really thick layer of Sèche Vite, and it still hasn't actually managed to cover all the texture from the application on this polish. I genuinely want to take this off, but I am going to leave it on. We'll see how it wears, see if I can get a day's wear of it without chipping, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not optimistic about. But I will come back tomorrow and I will clean up all the edges on this just now, and we will see how it does by tomorrow night. Okay, so as you can see, reading the instructions is important. Just to let you see kind of how my nails have worn. It's now Wednesday, I filmed that segment on Sunday night. So we have one proper chip and the rest of them they're okay. They didn't look perfect to me to begin with, and they've not shrunk too badly at the ends. I also work on a computer all day, so I expect to have a bit more chipping around the tips, but it's not really a shocker that Ciate have got their formula well sorted out by now. So I'm going to take this off now that we've seen the wear, and we will get one nail clean and then we will try doing this properly, which will also give me a chance to see how the pen's actually lasted. I haven't looked at it since I used it on Sunday. I'm a bit dubious, sceptical about it staying nice and dry. Now, this is a very high pigment formula. It's smeared all over my fingers trying to get it off, which is a good look. Okay, so I've got that nail pretty much clean. It's got a little bit of staining around the edge, but given that we're about to put the same product back on, I'm not that bothered about that. So the tip looks like it's still wet, and then let's see how we get on with this. Okay, yeah, infinitely better when you don't wear a base coat. So it's still not 100% even, but it's definitely a lot better than it looked with the base coat. Also, when I was using the base coat, I ended up using a lot more product. I still feel like it would be difficult to get right down the edges of some of my nails without getting my fingers, but that possibly would come with practice. Personally, for me, I think the whole one coat is still a little bit streaky. I would always want to have a base coat anyway to stop my nails from staining, especially when I've just seen how pigmented that was and I'm trying to take it off. And I always want to have a top coat as well. So I don't think for me putting on one coat and leaving my nail like that I would be happy with. I would prefer to have bare nails. If I needed them to look a little bit swisher, I'd be happier just buffing them and getting a bit of natural shine. To me, this just doesn't look particularly good. It looks streaky. I'm going to try a second coat and see if it'll work like that. Okay, so it does sort of work on a second coat, but at some points if you're going back over an area it ends up dragging product back off. So personally, I think this product is more hassle than it's worth. I think because I would always want to be using a base coat and a top coat anyway, the idea of doing this in the go isn't really a selling point for me. I think it's quite expensive if you're only going to get 25 manicures, and I have relatively long nails, so I imagine I would probably get less than 25 out of it. And yeah, ultimately for me, I don't want to end up with stained nails, so I don't want something that I can't use with a base coat. So if you have any questions about this product, please leave them down below and I will get back to you. But for me, this has not been a good buy. I would not be repurchasing it, will not be getting the other shades, unfortunately. It's the way it goes. Bye guys.